Alright, in this video, I'm going to go over some basic combo structure using the sword and shield. So first off, I'll talk about the launchers, fillers, unlisted attacks, some ways that strings interact, and some mechanics with the training dummy specifically. So the training dummy is located here. Howling Hill Camp is just southwest of that. I think it shows up after either the first or second camp expansion. I'm not entirely sure. I just found this by chance and was surprised I hadn't seen it before. So, with the dummy, there are certain things that the dummy does not react to the same way that enemies react. So, one of the ones that's most apparent is Force Palm. Small guys, they'll get crumple stunned by Force Palm. Bigger enemies, like elites, they won't. But you can do things like imbue the Force Palm with lightning, or fire, or ice, or whatever, and that can stun the elite enemies. But the dummy doesn't react that way. The dummy also will not tech roll knockdowns that don't give a hard knockdown. So things like the front lariat. He just gets up slowly, whereas normal enemies will always tech roll away. And you can't use Axiom Force on him at all. So that's unfortunate because there's some weird things going on with Axiom Force that'd be nice to test. But yeah, getting straight into it. Launchers. Launchers you have Forward Throw. Forward Throw is a launcher. Hurling Slash. Hurling Slash is also a launcher. And Flame Strike. Those are the best ones. You can also do other ones. Most attacks that knock away, like the Unlisted Shield Bash string, which I'll talk about later, or the full Heavy Attack string, those can all kind of be launchers too because of a mechanic called Quick Step. So if you double tap Evade, it is Quick Step. You have moves from this by doing light attacks. All directions. This is a very good filler for your combos. Quick Step and light attack. But basically, you just do any of these attacks that launch the enemy away and give them some kind of height, and then you Quick Step cancel into a move. So you can Quick Step into any of your other launchers, and they'll hit them while they're just landing and relaunch them, or you can Quick Step into a light. This is very difficult to time properly, and it's even more difficult to get an actual follow-up after this light. It's not very easy. You can just Quick Step cancel the light again into another launcher, but if you want to get a true juggle, it's quite difficult. Your main follow-up that you want to use after you launch an enemy is Charge Stab. Charge Stab is done by either just holding down light attack and unarmed attack, and you'll charge it up. That shit sucks because it's slow. But you can access it two other ways, so you can do it from a Quick Step, and you can do it from a light attack. So you can do a light attack and then input stab, and you immediately get the charge version. So the two follow-ups you have from Charge Stab are Swift Stab, which is holding down the light attack button after you input the stab. So you input stab, and then you let go of unarmed attack, and you hold down light attack. Looks like this. You go through them, there's the extra hit that happens afterwards. This is great for juggles, it's very fast, it goes very far. It's like a stinger that keeps the enemy in place in the air. It's very powerful. The other follow-up you have from stab is Skewering Stab. So this is done by pressing a movement direction during Charge Stab. So when you're in this state, you have 4 throws, forward, left, right, and back. They all do a throw while you're in this state. This one, back, sometimes it will knock them down. Other times it won't. I'm not sure why. Could be a dummy thing. But one way to guarantee that it will knock down is to do it from a juggle. So if you hit an airborne enemy with Charge Stab, and you do the back throw, they will always get knocked down. Knocked down like that, you can follow up with a combo. So, main launchers listed. Main filler is Charge Stab. because you can follow up like this. You know, and then whatever you want. See, you can just kind of loop that shit. It's very powerful. You can also follow up with other things afterwards, too. So you don't have to go into more stabs. You can just do turning slash. Whatever. Anything I've listed. Turning slash and flame strike. Great launchers. Flame strike is really good because of the second arrow. So you have so much time. You're like right in their face while that happens. There's a weird bug with flame strike that was introduced in the last patch due to something going on with the movement that they changed, where now whenever you use an unarmed attack that launches the enemy, when you quick step cancel it, you won't actually have your weapon out. So if you flame strike, quick step cancel, stab. He does the stab animation, but he doesn't take his sword out, so you don't actually get the right hit, and you can't do any of the follow-ups. It's kind of unfortunate, but it can be remedied by doing the light attack first and then the stab, but it's very tight timing to actually cause the stab to connect properly to where you can get the follow-ups. So those are launchers and main fillers. Next, I'm going to go over some hard knockdowns. So, hard knockdowns, we have back throw. Back throw will always hard knockdown like this on all enemies that you can back throw. Stronger enemies will resist throws until you stun them in some way. And chain throws also hard knockdown. So, doing the chain throw follow-up from the front grapple will give the hard knockdown. Any of your running grabs too. So, the running from behind, lariat, just like an RKO. Front one does that, like, you know, running choke slam thing. And then there's one where you're not running fully from the front, too. Clothesline. Those all give a pretty good knockdown you can follow up off. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Roll. Roll, sweep. There we go. Nice knockdown. And roll, light attack. Also, it's a good knockdown. And the unarmed string. So, the penultimate hit of your unarmed string is this sweep that gives a knockdown. If an enemy is guarding, it will break their guard, but won't knock them down. The final hit, Tetsuzanko, Iron Mountain Shoulder. That one also gives a knockdown, and it can kind of launch, but not really. You can't actually hit them while they're still in the air because it takes so long to cancel. But you can get an OTG, so you can hit them while they're on the ground and get a relaunch that way. Do note that when you OTG an enemy, they will get launched at a slightly different height than if you hit them off of a true juggle, so some things will not work quite the same way. Now, ways to get into your hard knockdown strikes. Note that the unarmed attacks flow between the light attacks with the sword and shield quite well. So it doesn't quite work the same way on the dummy as it does on normal enemies. On normal enemies, these first two, this jab and this straight, those will also go into unique light attacks if you do a light attack afterwards. But it doesn't work that way on the dummy. On the dummy and on everything, you can do a light attack, and then after the light attack, you will go into the same place in your unarmed string. So if you do 2 hits here, you're right before the final hit of your light attack string, which is this, which can also knock down weaker enemies. But if you do an unarmed attack, you'll do the sweep, because that is the second to last hit in the unarmed attack string. You can also finish the string and then do an unarmed attack, and you'll do the Tetsuzanko. Now, on to some... Oh, just a quick thing of like soft knockdowns. There are certain attacks that don't always knock down, like pump kick. Pump kick can kind of guard break. Sometimes it does a actual launch, you know. You can never follow up while they're still in the air, but you can dash up and get a follow up that way. And the side throw, you can do palm strike afterwards. Back throw, you can do a palm strike afterwards. Force palm, I mean. If you imbue it, it'll be even better. Imbuing it with your abilities will cause stuns on enemies that don't normally get stunned. So, it's very useful. Now, some unlisted moves. So, one of the moves that is not listed is the Tornado Kick. So, once you unlock Drop Kick, you get access to Tornado Kick as well. It is done by sprinting and holding down the unarmed attack button, or quick stepping and holding down the unarmed attack button, or finally, by jumping and tapping the unarmed attack button. There we are. Quick aside also about the charge stab. Charge stab via wall will give a unique throw like that. You can follow up with whatever you want. Now, More unlisted attacks. There is the Shield Bash String, which you saw in the beginning combo. So after you do a light attack, similar to how you can do an armed attack and go to a different part of the string, you have access to a different Shield Bash String. So this is your normal Shield Bash String by holding down the block button and pressing the heavy button. Do this, and into this. Now, if you do it from a light attack, you have a different string. There you go. That one does launch, as you saw. It's kind of tough, the timing. I don't know exactly what it is, but I use it sometimes, and other times I don't. I'm not sure why. But that's what it is. The final unlisted attack that I have to talk about is your vault follow-ups. So, light attack plus jump does vault. During vault, you can hold down light attack, and this will do this light. You can also hold down the unarmed attack button, and you will do a kick. Or you can tap the jump button, and you can jump into the air, and you can do it in any direction. You can go straight up or any way. So you can do whatever you want from here. I think that about covers it. Those are the main building blocks of combos. So the launchers, the fillers, what you can do afterwards. Just experiment with quick set canceling. It all comes from there. If you start doing that, you'll figure shit out. If I come across any more interesting things, I might make a video. I probably will make a video about counterattacks. Maybe this weekend, because I know that most people don't really use them very much, or they don't realize that you can do a counterattack with every single one of your attacks. They have a unique counterattack. And yeah, so hopefully people can share some things that they've found. I just have been struggling to find information about the combo game here, and it would be nice if someone that understands the game better than myself can dig into it a little bit more. Now that I'm further in the game, enemies can actually defend themselves and take some hits, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to find some more stuff just through playing and kind of experimenting as I go. So thanks for checking this out. See you next time.